You choose an easy life. I feel like I talk about this all the time, but I'm still seeing it around myself, and it is the core of my shift, my personal transformation. It was something I always believed, and I feel like we all believe it in our core, as the same way we know we're the main character of our lives. We feel that. We know that we're the biggest asset we have. We know it. Deep down, we know it. The same way we know everything is simple. But we learn to overwhelm this. We learn to overcomplicate, and we learn to suffer. And so it is time we come back to that choice with awareness, this time with that experience of suffering, with that experience of trauma. Okay, I have experienced that, and now I decide to go back to the ease in life. Now I choose the easy life, the simple life. I choose everything is simple. I choose everything can come simply to me. I need to make that choice on a daily basis in order to shift this, in order to transform, in order to start believing it. Otherwise, I'm still staying in the victim, in the why I can't, in the what's not possible for me. If I don't shift this core belief of complicated, suffering, life is hard, my favorite ones, that I used to believe, and I still, as I shift into fully, I haven't felt this good and ever. I'm gonna be doing an updated version of chronic pain because I have finally shifted from, my first belief was coming from big suffering, from extreme chronic pain. The first layer of me was, I believe we can lower the intensity and lower the frequency of the pain. That was what I believed. I wasn't yet able to see if it's possible to be without chronic pain. That was my first stage. Let's say it took 3-4 years. 2 were the most important, and then I kept going. And over the past few months, I have shifted already to that belief where I know we can fully heal our chronic pain and we can be without it. I wouldn't have been able to say that a few years ago, but as I continue with the energetical work, as I continue with affirmations that have become an automatic part of my life, I don't need to enforce them. They are automatically already installed, let's say, in my mind, in the way I think. I have rid myself of all expectations, of overthinking. That's everything we can train ourselves to do. And now I have shifted into the belief, I know, even though it's 90%, I would say, even my reality already. Not experiencing chronic pain. Yay! Celebration! Because that was not my reality a few years ago. But now I already know and I deeply understand that we can heal our chronic pain. Absolutely, we no longer need to suffer. We no longer need to have our chronic pain. And this is the mindfulness work. These are the energetical healing sessions. This is tuning in with your pain, tuning in with your energy, grounding work. If you need journaling, okay. Also, being, the practice of being. I can see it's a favorite video. Surprisingly to me, it's a favorite video on my channel. So I'm gonna try to do more practice videos. But it is true that is the utmost important, the actual practice of being. Because when we talk about things, when I talk about different topics here, and when I explain things to you, that's important, that shifts the awareness. But the actual work is transforming that into the being, the actual being. So maybe I'll do another one because this vibe is amazing, this energy. I know the camera is in a different position because I'm filming on my phone this time, but the vibe is here and the energy is great. And so the practice of actual being is what helps you also to see the simplicity and understand it on a different level. But again, I need to remind you that we choose the simple life. We need to choose it over and over and over again in order for it to become our reality. Whenever we want, we can choose the suffering. We can choose the complication. We can choose the in clarity, you know, because complication is like there's overwhelm. Something comes over you. It's too much. It's like overcomplicated, layers of stuff. But that's when you take a breather, and that's when you tune in with yourself again and become aware that it can all go away in an instant. And usually if you learn, okay, I'm here, I'm grounded. Whatever's going around me doesn't matter because I'm grounded and it's all an illusion. I ground with myself, I tune in with myself, and from there, I'm okay. I'm no longer distracted by the minimal bumps. I observe them. I try not to judge them. I observe them, and it's okay that they're there. It's okay that different aspects of my life are there, and I can still learn, but I can learn without pain and without suffering. It's absolutely possible to heal yourself from pain and suffering. I can't even believe I'm saying it. Maybe it's been only a first few times where I've actually come to this grounding with this belief to be able to say it, because I was the representation of chronic pain. Everyone knew me and defined me because I defined myself with the chronic pain. Migraines and different chronic pain was a normal part of my life. Today it's not anymore. Today I'm shifting into I do not have chronic pain no longer. It occurs every once in a while, only when I'm touching the limits. I'm still learning, obviously, where and how to define this new reality. I need to have it there as an experience in order to confirm, yes, I can do this. I can come back whenever I want. So any form of chronic pain arising, I'm already able to manage it. I'm already able to allow myself, okay, I'm overstepping, I'm going into the overwhelm again. I don't need to go there. I don't need to go to the complication anymore. I can choose simplicity over and over again. I can choose relief in every situation because this is my choice. I choose relief instead of the complication, instead of the too much. And rest and relaxation and simplicity is a important part, and boundaries obviously are an important part of what we need to implement physically. We need to plan rest into our calendar. We need to plan our schedules, and we need to also what's very empowering to me is understanding that I can, and allowing myself, it's been an important part, allowing myself to disappoint others in order to protect my energy. It's gonna be very hard in the beginning if you've been the good girl and if you've been the good boy and if you believe that you cannot disappoint because what they think is so important. But you need to come back, as I talked about this in the previous video. You need to care. You need to care about yourself first. You need to care about what you think first, because if you're putting what they think first, then you're saying that you don't care about what you think, that you don't care about how you feel. And it's time we shift this. We really are able to shift this now. We really are able to live without pain, without suffering, and then take it even further. Take it into excitement, curiosity, joy, excessive pleasure. Because we have learned for so long to limit ourselves into, okay, I allow myself this little bit of joy. I allow myself this little bit of pleasure. Because why not? It's okay, you know? It's okay. It's enough for me. It's enough for me. It's enough for the good girl. But it's not enough for the self-aware, confident, grown-up person. That's not enough. It's not enough for the main character, for the princess of your life. You are the main character. And if you want to truly thrive and stop settling for less, you need to own this. And you need to care. And then choose the simple. And allow yourself to all of what you want to come in. Allow the money to come in without limiting it, without thinking if you deserve it, without seeing it as a threat and as a test. Allow the healthy relationships to come in, those that you can trust. Allow the trust to come in. The trust is such a big thing. I built from nothing. I built it in these 4 years from zero trust. And this is why also I'm no longer with chronic pain, because I have built this trust within myself and with the world. I have literally convinced myself that I can trust the world. And I'm not saying it was easy. I'm saying I literally took those affirmations. I trust life, and that life will provide me with everything. And I engraved them into myself, first with journaling, with affirming in my mind at all times. And now I can move the trust to deeper levels of what's possible, because I was below zero. I was in the suffering, in the pain, in the non-trust. It's still something I can see around myself. It's something I now teach because it has fully changed my life. I live my dream life at the moment. I live what I didn't think was possible, what I didn't think would ever be my reality. I didn't even think I wanted it, but now I'm living it. It's so much more. It's what I really wanted, but I wouldn't even dare to dream of it. I didn't even dare to think about it. I was always putting something else there in my vision, in my desire of the reality, but it manifested so much faster and so much stronger what I actually wanted before I even knew that's what I wanted. But it did all start with finding the affirmation of trust, with understanding how migraines and chronic pain are linked to not trusting. And I have learned to trust life. And with that, everything has shifted. Only with that, I was able to not only free myself from chronic pain, find the causes, the different causes on the different levels, on the spiritual levels, on the levels of the ancestor line, of the energetical level, on the level of the physical body, because the chronic pain is installed within, through and through, and we're able to understand all of it. All of it is happening for us as such a great blessing, such a great potential. We can shift it into so much abundance, and I have so many more possibilities now. Just the the possibilities open up when you shift from the not trusting, which is control. I need to have control, I need to be in charge of life, into the flow of I trust. And it's all coming to me, and I see it coming to me. I see it's here now. I see the results now. It's literally happening on a daily basis. So it is up to you to come to the trust and to the simplicity and to choose it. To choose it over and over again. Whenever there's a slightly complicated situation, slightly overwhelming situation, uncomfortable situation, you need to come back to yourself and check in with you. What's my priority? Remember, I trust life. So I'll get through this like nothing. I'll get through this easily, with ease and simplicity. It works every single time if I come back and realize, what is it I want? What do I want the outcome, the true outcome of the situation to be? Oh my God, there's a peacock. That's so cool. There's literally a peacock right now. See? Magic. Magic happens. Okay, a little note to this. Okay, what I want the outcome to be, and only it doesn't work when we're not honest with ourselves. Okay, the manifesting doesn't work because it only works when we want what our highest self wants. But whenever we're settling, I think I want it like this, it's not gonna work. It's only gonna work for the bestest of the best outcome. So if it's not working for you, check in with yourself. Is it truly, if what you think you want happened right now, is it truly aligned? And the way you're gonna feel about it, you're gonna know immediately, yeah, no. Because there's gonna be some hardship in it. There's gonna be some layers of resistance, you know? The aligned version is gonna feel, wow, 100. Hell yes, as my friend would say. It's always the hell yes decision that's the right decision. And the manifestation also only needs to be the hell yes. Otherwise, you're going to still end up suffering or in the uncomfortableness. So choose the simplicity and be aware of your choice, because you are your simple life.